Hello, dear Chosen One. When the Chosen Ones interact with others, social masks begin to slip. People, accustomed to maintaining a facade that aligns with societal expectations, find it difficult to uphold that mask in your presence. They feel exposed and vulnerable, as if their insecurities and hidden intentions can no longer be disguised. This discomfort strikes deeply at the core of their social identity, revealing the fragility of what once seemed solid and unshakable. It is this sense of discomfort that you provoke that creates space for a more honest reflection on the true nature of who we are. The destabilization you cause is not only emotional, but also behavioral. People around you, often without realizing it, begin to act differently. Some become more reserved, trying to understand what it is about you that makes them feel the need to protect themselves. Others may become more aggressive, seeking to reaffirm their own security in an environment where they feel they have lost control. In any case, your presence alters the dynamics around you, challenging implicit norms and forcing people to reconsider their social roles. This destabilizing effect is not limited to individual interactions, but affects entire groups. When you enter a new social environment, whether it's a group of friends or a workplace, the way people relate to one another is impacted. Alliances shift, loyalties are tested, and hierarchies begin to restructure. Your presence as a Chosen One introduces a new variable that cannot be ignored or easily controlled, forcing others to adapt, even if they don't know how, which creates a palpable tension. Leave your like and subscribe to the channel. My name is John, and welcome to Chosen One's Chronicles. For some, this destabilization is seen as a threat. Those who benefit from established norms and find comfort in the predictable tend to resist the changes you bring. They may try to minimize your impact, push you away, or ignore you, hoping that everything will return to normal. For others, however, this destabilization represents an opportunity to question what has been accepted without reflection, to break free from limiting patterns and explore new possibilities. This is where your role as a Chosen One becomes even more crucial. You not only destabilize, but you also pave the way for transformation. This capacity to generate change is not something you do intentionally, it is a natural consequence of your authenticity. Operating at a level of sincerity that many are not ready to face inevitably leads to a reevaluation of the status quo. However, this destabilization is only the beginning of a deeper process of transformation and growth, both for you and for those around you. After the destabilization comes the revelation, when hidden truths begin to emerge. As a Chosen One, you possess a gift that few fully understand, the ability to see beyond appearances and expose hidden truths in people and situations. This discernment is a powerful tool, but it also carries great responsibility. Even without intending to, your interactions with others often reveal aspects of their lives and personalities they would prefer to keep hidden. Your presence acts like a light that illuminates dark areas that people are afraid to explore. This doesn't mean that you deliberately seek to expose flaws or secrets. Rather, it's your authenticity that provokes these revelations. People around you sense this sharp perception, which puts them in an uncomfortable position. They realize they can't hide their true intentions from you, which can provoke varied reactions. Some may distance themselves, fearing their weaknesses will be exposed, while others may try to protect themselves even more. What they don't understand is that by resisting the truth, they are merely postponing the inevitable confrontation. As a Chosen One, you don't need to directly point out these truths. Your mere presence causes others to see themselves more clearly and honestly. This ability to reveal what's hidden also allows you to see beyond superficial words and actions. When someone speaks to you, you pick up on nuances, unexpressed feelings, and underlying intentions. While this can be a burden, as it's not always easy to deal with what you discover, this same ability gives you a deeper and more authentic understanding of the world around you. This perception gives you an advantage, as you are rarely deceived by appearances. Others may not understand how you can see so clearly through illusions, which can lead to envy or resentment. When you expose the truth, even subtly, it can force people to confront parts of themselves they would rather ignore. This process, though painful, marks the beginning of healing and growth. Many are not ready to face this kind of confrontation, and because of that, they may try to push you out of their lives. However, as a Chosen One, you understand that this revelation is necessary for any meaningful transformation. Revealing these hidden truths doesn't just affect others, it also affects you. As you interact with the world, you begin to perceive more and more of the complexity and duality of human nature. This can be challenging, but it's also what allows you to evolve on your own spiritual journey. Each truth revealed in others also brings something to light within you, helping you better understand your purpose and path as a chosen one. This ongoing introspection is vital to your journey. As a chosen one, your presence does not go unnoticed and provokes intense, often extreme reactions from the people around you. These reactions can range from irresistible attraction to deep aversion. Your energy is so powerful that it doesn't allow for indifference. People feel compelled to react, whether positively or negatively, but they rarely remain neutral. This is your role as a chosen one, to be a catalyst for emotions and behaviors that would otherwise remain dormant. Your influence often strengthens your position. The new power dynamic you establish is not based on domination, but on authenticity. People begin to realize that true power does not lie in controlling others, but in the ability to inspire positive change, and you are the living example of this truth. Your ability to operate outside traditional norms of power while still exerting profound influence challenges conventional notions of power. This redefines the concept of leadership and makes those around you reconsider their own ideas of authority and control. As a chosen one, your presence not only destabilizes social norms and redefines power dynamics, but also establishes new behavioral patterns. People around you find themselves compelled to adapt, to act in ways they had never considered before. You become a reference point, forcing others to recalibrate their actions and reactions. Your authenticity and firmness in being who you are create a new model to follow, challenging conventions and stimulating personal and collective growth. By staying true to your own path, without succumbing to pressure to conform, you inspire others to do the same. Many may have lived according to rigid social expectations without questioning their choices. But when they encounter someone who lives according to their own values, they begin to realize that they too can choose a different path, one more aligned with their true essence. In this way, you become the catalyst for a broader transformation where new patterns of behavior emerge naturally. These new patterns don't just affect how people interact with each other, but also how they see themselves. The self-confidence and integrity you demonstrate by living authentically provoke a wave of self-reflection in everyone around you. People start to question their own choices and reevaluate what's truly important to them. This process often results in more genuine behaviors, motivated by internal values rather than external pressures. As a chosen one, you lead by example, showing that it is possible to live fully and truthfully. However, creating new behavioral patterns is not an instantaneous process. It takes time for those around you to assimilate these new ways of being and acting. At first, there may be resistance, confusion, or even rejection, but over time, people begin to see the benefits of adopting these new patterns. They see how it brings more authenticity, harmony, and purpose to their lives. Your patience and perseverance are essential in allowing this transformation to unfold naturally, without haste, but with the certainty that its impact will be deep and lasting. These new patterns also have the potential to influence the larger structures in which these people are embedded. Social groups, workplaces, and even entire communities may begin to reflect the behaviors you helped instill. What begins as an individual change eventually expands into a collective transformation. And this is what truly makes you a game changer, not just by altering how people around you behave, but by creating new norms that resonate on a broader level. As a chosen one of your most powerful abilities is the capacity to subvert expectations. People often create preconceived notions of how others should act in certain situations based on social norms and past experiences. However, with you, these expectations are constantly challenged. You don't conform to the molds imposed by society. Instead, you forge your own path, making decisions that surprise and often confuse those around you. This subversion is not simply an act of rebellion, but a genuine expression of your essence as a chosen one. By acting unexpectedly, you force others to rethink their beliefs and assumptions. They realize that not everything is as predictable as they once thought, which can be disorienting but also deeply transformative. When you act contrary to expectations, people are forced out of their comfort zones and into new realities. This creates room for growth and change, both for you and for those around you. In this way, you, as a chosen one, begin to transform not only the environment, but also the minds and hearts of those around you. Your influence often triggers a domino effect, leading to a reassessment of existing norms and practices and promoting significant improvements in many areas. Additionally, the positive impact you generate is not limited to your immediate circle. By transforming an environment, you contribute to broader changes in society. Your influence can inspire others to follow the same path, creating a network of transformation that extends beyond your immediate actions. This expansion of your impact is an essential part of your role as a chosen one, helping to shape a future more aligned with higher values and continuous progress. Being a catalyst for positive change also comes with great responsibilities. Maintaining your integrity and commitment to the values you promote is crucial, as your influence can be compromised if it's not upheld authentically. The resistance you face when introducing change is a testament to the strength of your influence, and overcoming it is proof of your determination. Persisting on this path and continuing to promote improvements is key to the success of the changes you bring. The destabilization you cause also affects the environment on a broader level. It's not only those you directly interact with who feel the impact, those observing from a distance are influenced as well. They see the effect your presence has on established norms and begin to question their own adherence to societal expectations. This impact can trigger a collective shift in consciousness where more people start to break free from the molds that have confined them. Your ability to provoke such widespread reflection is a testament to the power of your authenticity. As others begin to question their roles and behaviors, a process of introspection is initiated. This leads to a reevaluation of values and beliefs, helping people align with their true selves. The initial discomfort you provoke becomes a catalyst for deeper personal growth. People realize that the facades they have maintained cannot be sustained in the long run, and they seek more genuine ways of living. This shift is profound, marking the beginning of a more authentic life, both for those directly impacted by your presence and for those indirectly influenced. The transformations you inspire aren't always immediate. Often they unfold gradually as people process the new realities you've introduced. This gradual transformation allows for more lasting changes as people adapt to the destabilization you've caused, becoming more open to new ideas and approaches. This can lead to innovation and creativity as old ways of thinking are replaced by more authentic and adaptive methods. The environments you touch become more dynamic and resilient, better equipped to face future challenges. Your influence extends to the systems and structures that govern social interactions. As people within these systems change, the systems themselves are forced to adapt, resulting in a restructuring of the foundations on which they were built. Whether it's in a workplace, a community, or a social group, your presence as a chosen one initiates a rethinking of how things are done. Over time, this can lead to systemic changes, reflecting the new values and behaviors you've helped establish. These changes may be subtle at first, but eventually, they lead to significant shifts in how power and influence are distributed. The most powerful aspect of the destabilization you cause is that it paves the way for a more honest and authentic world. As old facades fall, a new landscape emerges where truth and integrity can flourish. This new environment allows people to live more freely and authentically, without hiding behind socially imposed masks. The discomfort you initially provoke transforms into a collective awakening, where authenticity becomes the norm, not the exception. This is the ultimate impact of your presence as a chosen one, to create a world where people live in alignment with their true selves and where the superficial gives way to the profound. As a chosen one, you carry a transformative power that few fully understand. Your intensity is not just a characteristic, but a force that shapes the reality around you and challenges established norms. If you're reading this, it's because the time has come for you to fully embrace your influence. The changes you've brought, the truths you've revealed, and the way you've redefined standards are proof that you are fulfilling your greater purpose.